What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and today I'm still at Blood in the Sun. This is round 2. If you haven't caught round 1, I have it up, the video up. You could just click on the link. But yeah, apparently after my massacre win on the Lizardman army, I'm in the top 10 tables in the second round. So it's pretty tense in the room. You can hear other people bitching and complaining about the smallest rules, and it's like I'm like, holy crap. What am I doing in here? Anyways, I'm going to show you what I brought to the table today, and I'm also going to show you what Dylan has. This is the same picture you saw in the first video, but basically, like I said, this is the only picture I have of my army up front because I'm just trying to take pictures fast. Over here we have on top of the hill, there's just a bunch of undead guys that my level 2 can summon up, so basically there's nobody of note there except for the Arachnarok and my level 2. Down below I do have my unit of 27 Savage Orc Biggins. I have a Savage Orc Shaman, level 4. I have 3 Trolls. I have 2 units of 20 Night Goblins with bows. I have a unit of 9 Orc Boar Boy Biggins. I also have my Mangler Squig, 2 Doom Divers, and 6 Fanatics, and of course Lord Chickenhead. For magic, I rolled a very shitty roll for my magic phase on my level 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got Fistagork, Handagork, Edbutt, and Brainbuster. And then my level 2, he did get Dark Riders and Gravecall, which is pretty decent. And then as you can see from my opponent, he brought out a unit of 10 archers with a detachment of 5 more archers. He has a unit of flagellants here. He has a unit of, I want to say, 10 inner circle knights, and they are led by Luther Huss. So that's actually a pretty beastly character there. He also has a steam tank, and then I want to say it's a war altar. I'm not sure exactly, or a war shrine or something like that. Basically, it can cast banishment. And I apologize right now. The pictures over here are really blurry, and it's really because the lighting in this one specific table really sucked, and for some reason my camera didn't like it. So a lot of the pictures do come out like kind of fuzzy and blurry. But yeah, this character right here, Luther, or not Luther, I'm sorry, the character on the altar, I actually have the list, but I left the list at home, so I'm not going to explain exactly what he has on him, unfortunately. Over here he has a Hellblaster volley gun, and it also has a Master Engineer close by. And then he has 3 Demigryphs, a unit of 10 more archers with another deployment, and then I can't really make out what these guys are. They just look like regular like swordmen somehow or whatever, but they are literally they have, I want to say, the BSB with them. The 2 wizards, one is I want to say it was 2 wizards, one's like a level 4, one's like a level 2, and they have full command, of course. His wizards are chilling in the back, but that's just because the way they the base he made looks. So it more or less he could move them in the front if it was really an issue, but it's not really an issue. I really don't care. And then we're gonna go on to my side. I actually ended up putting my level 4 into the unit of savages just because he has the lucky shrunken head, and hopefully they'll get a 5-up ward. Because yeah, his spells kind of suck. He doesn't have the Foot of Gork, which is totally would change this game. There is a special rule in this game where you get to pick one character, one enemy character, and the enemy character every round is going to have a bonus. The first round he gains stupidity, so he gets stupidity for the rest of the game. But after that, every round he's getting another bonus. He's getting +3 weapon skill, a 4-up ward save, 4-up armor save, just a bunch of random stuff. It makes him very deadly to be near, but the objective point is also you get points if you kill the character. So, yeah, so mine was my shaman, and his was his wizard. Just because we were both thinking on the same lines, giving him stupidity, and if anybody should be fighty, it should be the wizard, not like boosting up the general or any other characters. So for Vanguard, I got a Chicken Head here. He ran up straight for the Hellblaster volley gun, and it became my favorite line of the day, which was Dylan looked at Chicken Head. He saw him vanguarding straight at him, and he looks at him and says, "Do you know what the Hellblaster volley gun does?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you know what Lord Chicken Head does?" Favorite line of the day. Empire, they won the roll-off. They get turn 1. First thing he does is tries to generate steam points with his steam tank, and it actually like misfires. I don't know the rules for the steam tank, and this guy's an Empire player, and he had to constantly look at the book for what the charts are for the steam tank. So apparently it's very complicated. I'm not even going to deal with it. I'm not going to lie. I just trusted the fact that he said he over steam powered it, and it took 3 wounds just from that. And then it kind of messed up his movement here. His Demigryphs couldn't come out. Basically, he is kind of like hoarding his wizard in the back. No, none of his guys really move up. He kind of just wanted me to move towards him. The knights moved up a little bit, and that was about it. His archers all kind of came up. Magic Phase, he got 11 power dice, and he has this guy on I'm just going to call it the War Shrine. He has him doing banishment. It goes off, and it kills off my Mangler Squig. And honestly, one of the things I noticed about my Mangler Squig is he's always the first target that people want to kill. For 60-something points, he's kind of like I don't know if I should take him or if I shouldn't take him. He's not really hurting me in points that much. And if he does get into combat, it does cause, some really good damage. But he always gets headhunted first. Like, the first thing on the board that gets killed is the Mangler. That was it for his Magic Phase. The rest of the spells he tried to do, I actually dispelled it with the dice. So, Shooting Phase, he's going to use these archers, and they're going to shoot at Chicken Head, and Chicken Head just narrowly avoids all of them, takes a hit in the head, and just kind of bounced it off his helmet, off of his Chicken Head helmet. These guys over here, they're going to go ahead and shoot at the Doom Diver. They don't do any damage to it. The Steam Tank uses its cannon. It shoots. It misfires the cannon. Yeah, he I don't know what's going on here. I think he was counting down the wounds, maybe. I don't remember. So the Hellblaster volley gun decides it's going to take, like, I don't remember, like 12, 15 shots at Lord Chicken Head. He did use a Master Engineer to reroll one of them, and it misfired the one, so like the other 2 went through, and he shot a ton of shots at the Chicken Head. Look at this. Chicken Head didn't even get scratched. He hit him. He wounded him. I think it was like -3 armor piercing or something like that, or -2 armor piercing. And Chicken Head has a 3-up armor, which he still armor saved a bunch of them. And then he still has a 4-up ward, which he ward saved the rest of them. So Chicken Head is still alive. He's staring at the Hellblaster volley gun. Starting off Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. Chicken Head's going to go ahead and charge right into that Hellblaster volley gun and take it out of the equation. My Night Goblins over here, they failed Animosity. Gorbad's in range, so their chart gets boosted. They don't do anything. They just kind of sit there and squabble, unfortunately, because the Savages are in the way in front of them. They did get a 1. Look at this. They got a 1 and a 1, but they squabble. So Gorbad and the boys, well, that's just a picture of Gorbad showing them that's what happened. More or less, I moved everybody up, as you can see right here. The Ragnarok's coming around the building to terrorize those little archer dudes. And then I was going to go over the building, but then I actually put my freaking level 2 in the way of the building. I always kind of put him behind the building because that way he's not just an open target to get shot at. But then at the same time, you can start casting and summoning monsters on the other side. Magic Phase, I got 5 power dice, and I'm going to go ahead and try to do, I believe, Grave Call. Right now, my level 2 is my only real good wizard. My level 4 sucks balls. He's just for dispels because he doesn't really have anything with him, besides the fact that he's getting the bonuses for being killy. So I'm trying to get some extra units on the table. Shooting Phase, Doom Divers are both shooting at those inner circle knights. First one drifts off 4 inches and comes back 2. The other one gets a misfire, so I use my tournament reroll, which is that gold coin in the middle there, and when I go to do it again, it gets a misfire again. What the fuck? Oh man. So it blew up. I rolled a 2, I believe, or a 1, which just basically means that the cables snap and they die. Um, so the one that did hit, it killed off 3 of the knights. Does cause a panic check, I believe. If not, whatever. But didn't matter. Luther husses with them, and the general's right next to them. I'm going to use the goblins on top of the Ragnarok. They're going to shoot at these guys over here. They only pick off one guy. And then Chickenhead gets his first kill of this game. 120 points from the Hellblaster volley gun. Kills off all 3 of the crew. Unfortunately, there was no overrunning there. You know, to be honest, I didn't know what to do. If I overran, I would have ran into the knights. And if I ran into the knights, Luther husses with them, and I didn't really feel like facing Luther Huss and a bunch of knights with Chickenhead alone. At this, because I honestly, I really did want to constantly Doom Diver those guys out because they have that heavy armor save, and Chickenhead's only a strength 5. But then those flagellants are coming up the side, and it's just like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of just left him in this position, and hopefully he would kind of be forgotten or something like that. I don't know what I was thinking. Empire, turn 2. He's going to go ahead and, again, generate steam points. He overdoes it again. And I believe I forgot. Again, I don't know what the hell this tank's doing. You got a 10 and a 1. That's all I'm going to say. You got a 10 and a 1. He is going to charge with the flagellants into the side flank of Chickenhead. Chickenhead's going to stand and hold. They're going to go ahead and do that. As for, again, steam tank, I don't know what's going on. These guys are moving up. And then the knights actually move back. And again, I'm sorry for the blurry pictures, but they move back. They're kind of like, holy shit. They rather have, they got kind of punked a little bit by a Doom Diver, and I don't know what they're moving back for. He got 12 power dice. What the fuck, man? He throws 1 on a banishment onto, I want to say, the Ragnarok. I used the Dispel Scroll, took it out. He uses Time Warp onto his cannon. It goes off, and whatever Time Warp does. He ends up using, I believe, actually, he uses the cannons. I believe that was it for magic. I don't think he does the other banishment yet. He uses the cannon to shoot at the Doom Diver. It hits, it clips, it only does 2 wounds. So Doom Diver's still alive. He decides to shoot with all these guys, these random ass archers at it, and I'm like, whatever, I'm toughness 7 on you're shooting with like random strength 3 archers. He does 2 wounds. He kills my Doom Diver. That sucks, and that actually pretty much limits my shooting for the game, because I have no Foot of Gork and I have no Doom Divers now, and all I got is like mostly close combat and some like 18-inch archers. His other guys try to shoot at my trolls. They actually end up putting 2 wounds on my trolls, which that was again random and weird. And then his flagellants are going to start off close combat. Chickenhead takes out. He actually takes out 4 of them, I want to say. Yeah, he does take out 4 of them. It's going to up his Chickenhead kill points to 465 points so far. But guess what? They're like frenzied. They have flails. There's like strength 4 or 5 or something like that. Crazy. They hit him a bunch of times, and it was just way too many attacks. It was 8 guys attacking, and they killed Chickenhead, dude. I am so bummed out about this. I didn't think he would die to these little chump guys. Yeah, and they just kind of hit him pretty hard. So, good job, Chickenhead. You still made your points worth with just the Hellblaster and a couple of those flagellants. And see you in the next game, bud. The flagellants have to overrun because they're frenzied and they're in their way of their knights. And it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Now, as you can see right now, the table is kind of like he's on one corner, I'm on the other corner. The Ragnarok is in a very shitty situation because those militia guys with the bows, they're in the way where I can't just climb over the building and go over them because they're in the way. So I have to kind of go around, which really sucks. So that's pretty much what I do. I figured I'd just pick at them with some bows. I don't even use my full movement. I should have been using my full movement though. Magic Phase get 11 power dice, which is really good. I'm going to go ahead and throw 6 dice onto Hex Wraiths, and there they are, the Hex Boars. That's about 12 inches away, and they'll start terrorizing. I throw 5 more dice onto Grave Call, and he dispels it. I'm going to go into my shooting phase. These 20 Night Goblins with bows, they end up killing off 4 of these flagellants, and when I found out they have no armor, I'm just picking away with bows. and there's nobody in close combat. So Empire turn 3. So he's gonna go ahead and do the steam points again. Tries to generate. He's trying to generate low numbers like 3 steam points, but he keeps on going to 10 on this roll, and he keeps on saying it's overage. And I don't know what's going on. His flagellants are charging into the night goblins. Night goblins are gonna stand and shoot, and before he actually gets in, of course, the fanatics are going to come out, but we'll get there when that happens. He's going to charge these archers into the side of the trolls to hold up Gorbad's unit from trying to charge in. They're going to obviously hold because they're stupid, and that's going to happen. He also set this up so that way he could get his tank in. The fanatics go through the flagellants. He hits, one goes through, 2 fall short. Those 2 that fall short he's gonna have to charge into, and they just destroy them. They blow their asses up. Nobody gets a panic check from them blowing up, and there's 1 fanatic on the loose up on the board. His steam tank does move in. I believe it's random movement. I'm not sure. He might have declared a charge. I don't remember. But anyways, he gets all the way to the side flank of the trolls, and that really hurts. He gets a huge, I think like 3d6 impact hits or something like that. I don't recall exactly what it is, but he does get a lot of impact hits. He moves his knights away from the fanatic because he doesn't want that fanatic just getting a lucky roll in. So he moves them all the way over here. He also decides to move, like, as you can see, everybody just kind of over to this side. His archers are kind of wheeling around, and then that's it. Magic phase, he gets 5 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw that stupid banishment and hit my Arachnarok. It does 4 damage to my Arachnarok. He tries to do another banishment onto, I forgot what unit, but I dispelled it. And then his archers are going to go ahead and pick off one of my night goblins. Whoop-de-frickin' do. Over here he gets impact hits. The impact hits actually ends up killing 2 of my trolls. 2. Everybody else starts to attack, and they don't do anything to the last troll. Unfortunately, I do puke onto his tank, and it does 1 wound. But unfortunately, he does got a side flank, a charge, a rank, a banner, and my guy is right behind, or right in front of Gorbad, so he does get the 10, but he did 5 wounds. I'm pretty sure I needed double 1s or whatever. He's going to go ahead and chase me down. I'm going to run. I fail it twice, and he's going to chase me down with his archers only. He wants his tank there because he wants his tank to hold up Gorbad and the savages. So, sure enough, I'm going to run. He catches me, and he overruns in that general direction away from his unit. This is going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. As you can see, I kind of left it at this picture because you can kind of see where everybody is at the moment. And then the next picture you see, even though it's blurry, his guys ran to the left. Gorbad and the savages both charged into the tank. And Gorbad had a front, and the savages had a clear side. The Ragnarok's moving up, and the Hexboars move up. Magic phase, I got 9 power dice. I throw them onto Gravecall, and I pop up a unit of Cryptors here. And the Cryptors are, I like these guys too. They're pretty good. And that was about it. I tried to do another. I don't have any other models for Dark Riders. So I just did Cryptors. Shooting phase, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the guys who are running away from Gorbad. That's what happened. They didn't know. Did they overrun? They're fleeing from Gorbad. I know that for sure. But I will go ahead and I pick out 2 of those guys with Night Goblins, kill 2 of them off, and then these Night Goblins decide to shoot at them as well, and they pick off 1 more. Gorbad is going to start off close combat. He goes ahead and he hits the tank, and he does, I believe, 3 wounds to the tank. It does, yeah, as you can see, he got 1 wound off, but it multiplied into D3, and he did 3. And that guy has no armor saves to him. He still has a bunch of health left. I mean, he has 10 wounds, he tells me. So, and then he goes ahead and he uses the guy inside the tank to pick at my champion specifically, because he thought he gave the objective point bonus to the champion, but it was really to the Savage Orc Shaman. So he kills off just my champion for some reason, and the rest of my guys go. They take him down to just 1 wound left. He only has 1 wound remaining, but he sticks because he's unbreakable. And that's going to start off Empire turn 4. Empire turn 4, he decides to charge Luther Huss and the boys into my Night Goblins. They're going to stand. I can't even stand and shoot because they're too close. These guys are going to go ahead and enter the building, which means that my Goblin Shaman is going to be in danger soon. And he just basically moved up over a couple of his units. He moved the shrine back even further. And then he moved up these archers a little bit. He did move up the demigryphs over here, just right behind his knights. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing right there. Magic phase, he gets 7 power dice. He's going to go ahead and banish me with his blurry ass shrine guy and go into my blurry ass Ragnarok. It does hit him. It wounds him. It does 4 wounds. And he just killed my Ragnarok to this crystal clear picture of this guy's hand. Good job, Dylan. You have a very clear hand. But my Ragnarok is not so clear because it's dead. We're going to start into close combat. He has no shooting, no illegal targets at least. And he starts Luther Huss and these guys just take out like 7 or 8 Night Goblins. Night Goblins, they wound like 2, but he has like a 1-up armor and he saves them both. So nothing happens. I am not steadfast, so he's going to overrun me. And yeah, I'm gonna need double 1s times 2. I'm gonna try it, fail it, and they run. I believe they actually get away though. They get caught. What am I talking about? I'm sorry. This picture right here is the other Night Goblins. I'm pointing at where 8 inches is where he has to stop, and we have to release some fanatics. So sure enough, I released the fanatics, as you can see right here. And I'm going to throw them out there. When I throw them out, 2 actually go through, 1 falls short. The 2 that go through, they end up doing 7 wounds. 7. Out of the 7 wounds, he ends up losing, I believe, 3 guys. So he saves a lot of them, but he still loses 3 guys. Over on this combat here, Gorbad goes first, and he just decides it only had 1 wound left. He'll take care of that wound by himself. And he killed it out. So Gorbad got his first blood of the game, of the weekend, and it was a steam tank. So I'm going to go ahead and combat reform. I move, basically, as you can see, Gorbad and the Savages like so. And then I declared a charge onto these guys, and for some reason, I don't know what I was thinking. Something happened, and you can see in this picture, basically the boars just bumped into the Savages, and he was saying that they couldn't complete the charge. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just didn't go on the hill. It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I don't know. I don't remember really. I'm not gonna bitch about it. It's this little of a issue. This fanatic, he actually died from doubles. Okay, so that happened. And then I actually had my Goblin Shaman join this unit of archers just because it's safer. He was getting hunted by some guys over there with bows. Got magic phase, 9 power dice. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Fist of Gorgon to my Savage Orc Shaman just to make him a lot more fightier. And I believe I got it off actually. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple dice onto Hand of Gork and try to move that unit. He dispels that one. And shooting phase, I want to say it's shooting phase. I shot down 3 more of these archers. Nothing happened in close combat because close combat didn't exist. And we're going to go into Empire turn 4 or 5, I'm sorry. Empire turn 5, he decides he's going to go ahead and move his shrine even further back. He decides he's going to move Luther Huss out of that unit and move him all the way over here. He's going to go ahead and move his demigryphs all the way to the back of the table, and I see what's going on now. He has slightly more points than me because he killed that Ragnarok, and he's trying to survive for 2 rounds. So he's moving everybody away from Gorbad, everybody from Savages. He's just scared of those 2 blocks. He said it straightforward. He's like, I have nothing to challenge those 2 blocks. He got 5 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw Banishment onto my Hex Wraiths, and he kills off 4 of them. So 1 lived, and that sucks. And then he actually got double 6s. So when he got double 6s, he got the big template I want to say it was the big template. It might have been the small template, but whatever. And it blows up everybody close by. It ended up killing, as you can see, like a good chunk of his guys, like 10 of his guys. But his wizard is fine and dandy. His archers here are going to shoot do the shooting phase, and they are shooting at. I want to say they killed off one of my fanatics. So this is Orcs and Goblins turn 5. I'm going to go ahead and declare a charge with Gorbad all the way into the ass of the Demigryphs. They decide to flee, and I try to redirect into the shrine, and he flees as well. So I have a failed charge. The savages failed animosity, and they have to declare a charge on somebody, but I don't think there's anybody in range, so they're just going to go ahead and squabble. And then totally did not see this coming. This one goblin fanatic, look at the arrow, is pointing through my boar boys. And he bounces through the boar boys, bounces through the savages, bounces through my crypt horrors, and then hits a tree. So I don't know where the picture is from the damage. Oh, there it is. So he killed off one boar boy, which was lucky. Killed off 4 of my savages, and he hit and wounded like 5 of my crypt horrors. Crypt horrors saved them all, so they're good to go. As for the remaining moves, trying to just hunt somebody down and actually just hold him still so Gorbad can catch him in the following turn doesn't really happen. Magic phase, get 9 power dice. I throw up a unit of Vargeist right here. They're kind of facing anybody really. Just kind of cover the holes that they're running in. And that was it. Nobody's in close combat. And Empire turn 6. Empire turn 6, he's going to go ahead and move his knights just out of the view of the charge arc of the Vargeists. Okay. Luther Huss decides he wants to go this way and then figures out, nah, I'd rather go over here. It's a little bit safer on this side. Magic phase, he gets 9 power dice. Throws up a bandage on the last hex boar, and he kills that. And then it's Orcs and Goblins turn 6. This is the end of the game. I mean, he's been running for 3 turns away from Gorbad and the boys. As you can see, everybody is just like on the opposite side. I should have just tried to march up. I don't know what I was thinking on turn 4, but, you know, I don't know. Charges I throw. I was actually honestly hoping for an animosity right now. I'm hoping for that long charge. I want an animosity failed and get a free move and then charge, because that would literally do it right now, and Gorbad does not do that. The Vargeists are going to charge in. They charge into the archers right here. And then I try to do this move. Since it's turn 6, I try to remove the Savage Orc Shaman from the unit and see if he could just kind of like gaze a Gork something in the magic phase, because there's no way that the Savage is going to reach anything. I got 8 power dice. I throw a bunch of dice onto hand of Gork, and he dispels it, and that was basically my Hail Mary. I had nothing else I could really do, so just going to have to go straight into close combat. Close combat, I decided to just go ahead with the Vargeist. The Vargeist just ripped these archers a new asshole, killed them down to a man plus some with stomps and just like frenzy attacks and all that, and they're like strength 4, and I think I even caused fear on them too, which made it even worse. But yeah, so they wiped out that unit. This is basically the end of the game. This is how the board looks at the end of the game. As you can see, this green tidal wave is coming from the right side to the left, taking out all these Empire Humes, these puny humans, and the puny humans are running away. But unfortunately, based on points, just points alone, he beat me by like barely over 100 or 200. And it became an 11-9 victory for him. That's it. Just an 11-9 victory. It wasn't even a draw. He knew if Gorbad got into combat with his Demigryphs or his guy on the shrine or anybody else, that he would have lost. And that's why he kept on moving his guys away and away and away and away from Gorbad. And I mean, at this point, he's just like, look, he's like, Gorbad standing right next to those savages. You charge one, you're going to basically have to charge them both, and there's no way you're going to get through all those guys. It's just a tidal wave of guys. So it sucks that, you know, it came down to the wire like that, and you know, I come to just fight and actually just get into like combat and like kill each other, and I'll go down to the man, I'll go down to the bitter end. That's just the way I am. Um, but I understand what Dylan's stand was on this. We're on the top 10 tables, and he's trying to eke by on points, squeak by on points, really. Um, but yeah, it was kind of like I still had fun. I mean, it was fun to watch Gorbad put fear in units that were just trying to get away from him after he took out a tank. And it's not often you could say your lord just straight out killed a tank like nothing. As for MVP, I'm just giving it to Gorbad, and here's that picture of that tank again. Gorbad is definitely getting the MVP award for this game. Chickenhead did do something very crucial to this game. He took out the Hellblaster volley gun in the first turn, because that gun specifically would have probably tore apart Gorbad's whole unit and just wiped out all of them, because they just shred cavalry like paper, and so Chickenhead took one for the team that way, but he totally got rid of the cannon. But Gorbad himself, with his inspiring presence, with his animosity rolls, with his high leadership, and with his ability to just eat tank metal in his giant jaws and feed the scraps to his pig, he's the one who takes the MVP award for the game today. And like I said, even though it was an 11-9 loss, I mean, neither one of us got objective points. I don't even like the objective points. I think it was just to kill the other guy's special character that we nominated, and neither one of us killed it. And even though it was an 11-9 loss, I still feel it was a draw. And if, in honesty, it would have been a win if the game would have continued on past the 6th turn, because he had nowhere else to run. And then also, if I had the Foot of Gork, the game would have changed drastically. If I had the Foot of Gork, he wouldn't have been able to run. I would have been able to just stomp on his units, stomp on his cavalry, or just anybody who was running away. So it made a big difference. Unfortunately, I didn't have the Foot, and he kept on stopping my hand. So he played it very smart that way. As for the other Dice Dojo Shyhammer guys, this is Ian's game. I believe Ian lost this game against the Undead too, but it was a close game. I think it was a very close loss for him as well. And then as for Max had unfortunately a massacre loss against his opponent. And then Dan actually lost as well, but I believe it was he either got a loss or a draw, but it was again really close. And then my brother got a draw. I don't have a picture of my brother or Todd's game, and Todd definitely got a win. Todd actually got a massacre win. He was really excited. He's like, holy shit, I didn't think that was going to happen. But he just wiped the floor with the guy. And yeah, that's gonna be it for round 2. Guys, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'm going to be putting up more videos very soon. I have 3 more rounds of Blood in the Sun. I also have the showcase coming up for Blood in the Sun, and I'm still going to try to get some games in this weekend. I got to change my army list around just a little bit. I'm going to do minor tweaks to make sure that I have a better list that I'm bringing into the next big tournament. Alright guys, and I think that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.